Good morning, one and all, and welcome to the second day of the business fair. Yesterday, we heard about a plethora of schemes and initiatives by the Government of India and implemented by the MSME to help and support entrepreneurs and startup owners. Today, we change the track. Today, we will hear our speakers talk about how digital technology can be used to increase the online presence of our products and services. At the outset, I invite our principal, Dr. Munira Momin, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Aarti Madam, and good morning and very warm welcome to one and all. Yesterday, as Aarti Madam said that we had a wonderful session. I must say that it was a start with a big bang. We had wonderful response, wonderful interaction, and keeping MSME on day one actually sets the platform because everyone is concerned about how would I go about it, and that's where MSME gave a lot of confidence to new entrepreneurs or those who are planning to in future start their own business. So MSME, the government sector, everyone gave a lot of confidence yesterday, and it was wonderful to see that yesterday students also participated very well, and they all interacted well. They raised questions, and it was wonderful to see that MSME members stayed with us almost the entire day, and they also looked at some of the business proposals which we had into the second part of the day, and they interacted with the student participants. And as I said that the first day we had a wonderful response, so we are going ahead with the second day where the second query which students always have in their mind, how to go about it. Again, it is a part-time and full-time business opportunities, and looking at the COVID situation, where we have seen the a tremendous potential of internet and online business. And I'm sure nowadays the students, those who are kind of a techno savvy, they have more inclination towards online, because online offers its own plus points, its own positive points. Not having office space, not managing too many employees, so a lot of complications which are actually of the office based business is taken care of when it is online. But now again, questions how to go online, and that's where our today's two speakers, Saurabh and Rohini, they are going to talk on how you can take your business online. So I welcome Saurabh and Rohini. Very warm welcome on behalf of SVKM's BNCP and the entire team. We look forward to your presentation, and I'm sure it's like the second stage into thought process. As I said, that people are always worried and concerned first about the government. So we took care of government yesterday, and we had a wonderful session yesterday. Now the second is actual implementation part, is how to go about it. So today's session, everyone, we are looking forward to it. Thank you, my BNCP team, backdrop team, as a background team, as well as my the entire organizing team and the students and everyone active participation. Once again, I wish and everyone lot of learning sessions for these 3 days. And today's session, I'm sure, is going to give them a lot of confidence that yes, business is not that tough. You can always go for it. So with today's presentation from Rohini and Saurabh, please go ahead, and thank you very much. Very warm welcome to both of you once again on the digital platform of the SVKM's BNCP Business Fair. Thank you very much. Thank you, my team. Back to over to you, Aarti. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Principal Ma'am, for such a warm welcome. So, Saurabh is here, and we both are going to give the presentation today about how to take your business online and several other things regarding your business. So, Saurabh, please take it forward.
Yes. Thank you.
Before that, let me call Dr. Pramod Kadu to introduce the speakers of the day, and then we can begin the session.
Sure.
Over to you, Pramod.
Yeah. Thank you, Aarti madam. Very warm welcome and good morning to everyone. So after the fantastic first day, we are here in the day two now, and I welcome the team from One Web Pack, and actually we thank them for joining us, and they are going to talk about how to take your business online. So after their presentation, again we will be having very exciting presentation about the current opportunities which are there in pharma and healthcare sector. Some of our own alumni and some other company presentations will be there. Okay, so to talk about today's speakers, so we have Saurabh Mishra sir. He is CEO and MD of OneWeb Tag, and he possesses a wealth of business experience and technological insight with a career span that spans engineering, marketing, pre-sales and product strategy roles, and he has a very good experience. He has worked for Apple, Pedialyte and various other companies. So welcome sir. And we have Rohini Singh madam. She is the strategic partner and head with One Web Tag Media, and she has an exceptional knowledge and expertise in developing technological operations of companies which help them to develop sustainable businesses. So driven by just and passion for technology, she has helped several MNCs to build and scale their technological operations from conceptualization phase to delivering business models. So we hope, madam, you are going to share interesting facts about how to take the business online, because we from pharma background would definitely like
Yes, yes.
students to take their businesses online. Over to you, sir and madam. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank Dr. Munira ma'am, Dr. Kadu sir, for giving us the opportunity to come and discuss with every one of you the business opportunities, talk about technical expertise, how technology can help you to create a platform altogether to build your life in a different way and become more progressive towards what Narendra Modi has said, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So I feel, taking this initiative further ahead, I would like to explain about how technology is helping everyone in the world to not only create but at the same time scale up their operations and experience altogether. So before starting, I would like to brief a little bit about myself. I am the CEO and founder of One WebTag Media. I have been working with technology and IT companies from last 10 to 12 years. My area of expertise involves onboarding companies with respect to technology, empowering them with solutions that can help them to grow from scratch. So, here I would like to help you in understanding how technology will help you with going ahead and scaling up your business operations. If you plan to start a business or if you already have a business, how can technology help you in both the ways? So, I would like to begin. Before that, I would just like Rohini to introduce herself to team and everyone.
Hello, good morning, everyone. So, my name is Rohini Singh, and I am strategy partner in
Hello.
One Web Tech. Hello. So, I have been
Yes,
working in
please
IT
go ahead.
field for the past 8 years, and I have brought many like business who were not online, like e-commerce people who used to do their e-commerce thing offline and not online. Apart from that, many doctors I've worked with who have got their business online. So here we are going to help you to give you an idea that how this thing works, how you can bring your business online, how you can like if you have a pharma company and if you want to sell your products, then how you can do that with the help of online websites. Apart from that, if you are a doctor, then how you can manage your day-to-day appointments and everything online via app or a website. So thank you. Now we are going to start the presentation. Saurav, please take this forward.
Yes. Okay. So I would like to start the presentation by introducing the company, which is One Webtag Media. Basically, who we are as a company. So we are a website design and digital media agency. We are headquartered in Mumbai. We offer website development, e-commerce development, mobile app development, and digital marketing services. Now, primarily, these are the things that will be needed by everyone in today's world because the business scenario has completely changed. If you look earlier, when anyone would want to go to a doctor, the general trend was, we would ask our family, friends, neighbors, relatives if we know of any good doctor. People would recommend and we would just go to them. But if you see in current scenario, what has happened is that when you want to go to a doctor, first thing that you will do is you will ask your family, friends. But prior to that, many people now go online, check about the doctors. Then they again go back, ask their family, friends. After that, they go and check reviews of every doctor. That's how they understand if they find the reviews are trustworthy, if the experience is trustworthy, specialization is trustworthy. That's how they decide and choose between a doctor whether to go to them or no. So basically, we are into the platform where we give people a space and build up such platforms for them which can help them and their patients to decide on choosing them. Now, I would say that why One Webtag Media? We have 8 years of experience building digital platforms like website, mobile application, marketing our clients. We've been doing this globally on with different customers across the globe. We have 100 plus retained customers who come back to us every now and then with every technological developments that they have. In addition, any company cannot progress if they do not have a smart team. And I would like to say that we have a wonderful team which is the core foundation of us building amazing platforms for people. We've been top rated on Google and several other platforms. We have been said and highly appreciated by our customers. Any technology that you build is always a mutual relationship that you're building. So when we build any technologies, we ensure that we provide premium support to them. Now, I would like to start with the most important aspect of business online and how do you take your business online. So, let's say if you are a doctor, or if you are a pharmacy company, or if you are a pharmacist who's looking to start something of their own, what should you be doing? How should you be doing? And what is actually needed to build a business online as well as offline? If you see an older scenario, in older days, there were doctors, there were pharmacists, everything would happen manually. Say, if a doctor wants to see any patients, he would set up a clinic. Patients would come to the clinic by recommendations. Patients from local regions would come to the clinic. That was most of it. To increase their client base, a doctor would set up clinics in multiple locations and try to create a platform physically where he is available at most of the clinics on different time intervals to increase their patient base. But this still was a limitation. Why? Because if you see, a doctor could see only certain number of patients by going to different locations. The challenge over here for him was to adjust his timing in a way where he is available at every clinic at the time given. So less personal time for his family, and at the same time you cannot reach out to a lot of people. If you are looking at technology should be empowering you. That's how technology has actually empowered doctors in a way where, if you see now, I think COVID is the time when we actually have realized the power of digital even more, because online consultation, I mean, who would have thought before COVID that we would consult doctors online? But we are doing that. So COVID has been actually like an eye opener for people to understand that yes, businesses now not only can be built online, but they can thrive and grow online. That's the power of digital and business going online. So for that, when you take business online, you are not only accessible to a normal local region or a local market, but you become accessible to a global community, which helps you in several ways to increase your client and at the same time build your brand profile. So when I say increase client and brand profile, I mean to say that, say if there is a doctor who is sitting in a location of Andheri, but if he is very good with his practice, with him going online, say on any digital platforms which are available, he can be open to so many people in the world. With online consultation coming in place, he is accessible to almost everyone across the world. I mean, even a person from US can consult a doctor sitting in Andheri West or Mahim West or Khar West or any part of the world. I mean, any interior part of India you can be and you can still treat patients. You all you need is the correct technology tools and your skill set. So I would like to introduce that how can you go online and why should you go online. When you go online, what are the success statistics? If you look, 82 more than, I would say 82, but in fact I would say more than 82% of people in the world now search businesses online, directly or indirectly. When I say 82%, we say that there are so many people who are not technologically advanced. I agree. But if you see, in some or other way, if you are asking for a doctor and if someone is suggesting, most of the suggestions come online. So if you talk about a person in a remote area, if he is trying to find a doctor, he may ask his local neighbors or anyone, and now those local neighbors, of if any one of them is educated, they are trying to search doctors online along with recommendations. So if you look at this number in statistics, around 82% definitely are searching for businesses online, whether in form of finding or in form of recommending. The moment we say that when someone is searching a business online, if say I am talking about a company and I say that One Web Tag Media, I'll talk about myself that One Web Tag Media is a web design company, or say it's a digital marketing company. Now, what will a normal human behavior be? You will go and search for One Web Tag Media. What will you experience if you find that I do not have a website in place? Your trust factor goes down. You will be like, are they even doing business? That's the human perception that we have built by, because we as humans believe in trusting businesses that are visible and at the same time that have been credited and at the same time that have been recommended. So when we say that the moment you search us online, you will understand that if we are present online, your trust factor increases by 60% at least. You understand that, oh, yes, these guys are doing work, even though we may have a physical space, but imagine the impact that a digital space has. At the same time, if you see, when we talk about us or any business in the world, the visibility becomes more than 20 times in a way where if we can empower and harness the power of social media, we are visible not only to the businesses in the local region but in the global region. Of course, with thousands and millions of companies, we definitely stand somewhere, but at the same time, the visibility reach has to be beyond certain numbers to be visible to a certain number of people. And that reach is definitely beyond 20 times when you're visible online. At the same time, if you see, when I gave an example of doctors in the local market and doctors across the globe, when a doctor is practicing on local region, the growth rate is in local region. He is visible to people in nearby region by word of mouth, by his practice, people from faraway places coming because of word of mouth. But when he is visible online, the growth rate is more than 4 times because he is accessible to a global community. Anyone can come, book appointments online, consult with doctors online. You know, if you are a pharmacy business, you are not limited to a pharmacy business in the local region or local domain. You can build your business on online platforms and supply all across the city or country according to the way you can plan your distribution and your promotional strategies. So hence online success is tremendous compared to current scenario. When I say that you should be going online, a lot of you must be having doubts that by going online, what should I be actually doing? Should I just be building a website? Should I be building an e-commerce platform? Should I get a mobile application build? Should I be building a digital marketing for domain wherein I'm promoting myself? What should I actually be doing? So I will try to help you, guide you, and try to be of as much help with respect to impart my knowledge to you with respect to technology and how it can help you. So the first thing that I would like to start with is website development. When I say website development, now all of us have certain concept about website development, what a website is, but I would like to just sum it up and say that a website is nothing but on the lowest level a digital visiting card, and at the same time it is the first step towards your brand introduction. So when we say that a website, what does it do? It basically empowers people to know about you, what do you offer, and it basically introduces you to the world. So that is the most essential element. Now, if I say that I want to introduce myself to the world, how will I be doing that? I can only do that when I can make sure that I am listing myself, I'm listing my services. I can talk about the kind of practices that I do, the kind of products that I offer, the kind of clientele that I have, the kind of reviews and recommendations that I have, and at the same time I can try and automate my job. So that's basically what a website can do. Now, there are different types of websites. I would like to go on all these types. There are several types, but I would like to focus on four primary ones that I can feel that will be helping you to empower yourselves. So the first type of website is an information website. Now, when I say an information website, it is basically a website where you can showcase your entire company profile. All of us, when we start businesses, when we want to build ourselves and we want to work, whenever we go to ask for any work, everyone will have one common experience, and that is, please send your profile, please send your PDFs. Now, when anyone is asking for a profile, what we do is we create a presentation of ourselves. What do? We create a PDF and we send it across to people. So that's a manual way. In today's world, when anyone says that please share your profile, what we can do is we can have a website in place which can be an information website. Now, with this information website, we can list down everything from what do we do to what do we offer to how many clients do we have, who all have we served, how do we work. We can list about everything. At the same time, what are our timings, when are we available, what is the best way to connect with us, are we available to connect with anyone instantly, can we address anyone's queries or anything instantly. All this can happen through an information website. So an information website is nothing but an information of everything that you do, from working to offering the services to the area in which you have mastered yourself, at the same time the kind of clients you have, and at the same time the kind of services that you offer, the businesses that you cater. So information website is completely an overall information about you, along with reviews, recommendations, and everything. So when someone says that, okay, I am looking to build an information website, you should be knowing a few things. That what will an information website do for you? It will basically give out your entire brand profile to the world, and at the same time you can have several capabilities included into it too. Like you can have a live chat, so that if anyone is reading about your brand profile and they feel that, oh, I like their services, I like their offerings, I want to talk more about them. So There can be chats which can be there, which can help them to connect with you. When we pass on any information, business grows only when we can connect with each other. So what a common practice is there are contact forms where people can send you inquiries. You respond to those inquiries, and you can generate businesses and leads out of it. At the same time, new trend has become, with WhatsApp coming in place, all of us are always accessible on the phone instantly. So we can have a WhatsApp live chat to be there in place. We can have a Facebook Messenger chat to be there in place, wherein people can come when they see our information on informational website. They can send us inquiries instantly, be it in form of access and taking our services, be it in form of taking our products. They can always just get in touch with us and we can revert. So this process becomes not only fast, but at the same time it's really user friendly. And hence information website is more of giving out information and at the same time connecting with your audience. Now, another type of website that has really come up, especially in the last 4 to 5 months, if you see, there has been a tremendous boost to this particular platform, which is called e-commerce platform. I'm sure if we were not using e-commerce platform prior to COVID era, primarily we were just sticking to, say, Amazon or Flipkart or Snapdeal or any other platforms that are there in the market. Now we are accustomed to using a lot of small e-commerce platforms also to buy anything if they have a platform available for us to buy. With COVID times, you must have understood that social distancing has been the norm. None of us were going out, but at the same time we had to ensure that we have our day-to-day activities going without any hindrance. We have more access to all the things that we need in a faster way at the fingertip. If you see, if you look at a growth rate, Amazon has become the biggest company in the world in this era. Why? It is only because of the e-commerce capability. Imagine the growth rate that it has. An e-commerce website is nothing but a website that allows a person to list their product or services, and it allows a consumer to buy them. So when I say an e-commerce website, everyone must be thinking that, okay, say a grocery website or a website or a platform like Amazon or Flipkart who sell stuff are e-commerce platforms. But beyond that, if you look at a doctor who is listing their online services which people are buying, is also an e-commerce platform. If you look at a pharmacist or a pharmacy company who is selling medicines online, is also an e-commerce company. If you look at any smallest person, if you see on a smaller level, a hardworking plumber, if he can list his services online and get bookings online, even he is an e-commerce operation guy who is basically using e-commerce to empower himself and his customers to find him. So what does e-commerce platforms do? They basically help you to sell your product or your services online, and at the same time help you to be accessible to the world so that people can buy these products and services. Now, if you see, today, when we give an example of how e-commerce platforms are helpful, they are helpful in a way where every product or service, when listed, it can be easily searched through a searching tool that is available over there. So if you go on any platform of pharmacy, if you want to search for any medicine, in traditional ways, you would be calling a pharmacy guy or you would be going to them and you would be asking that, do you have this particular medicine? The pharmacy guy would reply that, yes, I have, or no, I don't have. In a similar fashion, on website, you have to do one thing. You have to just go into your search area and search. If you're looking for any medicine or if you're looking for any product, all you have to do is search into the search area and ask that, okay, I'm looking for, let's say, crocin, and you can already see if crocin is available as a medicine or no. Or say if you're looking for a wheat flour from Amazon, you just type in Ashirwad Atta and you can see if it is available or no. If it is available, what do? You just add the product to your cart. Now, once you have added a product to your cart, you have the option of either adding more products or you have the option of going and checking out. When you go and check out a product, what are the steps that you follow? You basically create your account and you make a purchase. Now, for making a purchase, you basically go into making payment where you have an option of paying through credit card, debit card, wallets, UPI. So this happens through an interface in between, which is called payment gateway. So that is basically an operational way of when you enter your preferred payment method, you just make the payment and you are done. The moment you have ordered any product, you get a notification via email, via messaging saying that, your product will be delivered in so much duration. The moment an order goes to the merchant, he gets a shipping company in place who basically deliver the product to you. So an entire e-commerce life cycle starts from a person searching for a product to adding it to their cart to making a payment to it being notified to the merchant and the shipping company to it being delivered to you. There are several things that an e-commerce websites entail and contain within this. They contain basically product area where you can add your products to showcase to the world. They contain inventory model wherein you will be notified if the product quantity count needs to be into a certain number. If it goes below that, then you will be notified about it so that you can make suggested alterations. If the product is available, you can increase your inventory, or if it is not available, you can let it go out of stock. Then there is a dashboard area where you can actually have so many details about how your product has been performing with respect to different markets. So it is like a seller dashboard. Then there will be a customer account area where you can access and address and see all the customers that are there. Then you will have a purchase area where you can actually see how many orders have come in. And at the same time, you can also manage your email subscriber list so that you can do a lot of marketing activities. So an e-commerce platform is a mixture of all these things from A to Z. With
There's an
e-commerce platform,
inventory area as well.
I did mention that, inventory area where you can actually maintain your inventory. So that is also an important part of e-commerce. With e-commerce platforms, you can actually manage all your operations online. Everything can happen online just by syncing the right vendors, right platforms together. So the growth is huge because with an e-commerce platform in place, you are visible to an entire world. You can market yourself through digital marketing, offline marketing strategies, and you are reachable to the areas where you are marketing. So that is the reason why e-commerce platforms are such huge business opportunities, and their craze is increasing and their demand is increasing day by day. So if you plan to start a business, you can always start. If you are just offering services, you can always start with an information website. But at the same time, if you have products along with services, and if you are in a position where you can offer your services online, e-commerce platform is one of the platforms that I will always suggest you to go ahead with. I would like
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
I would like
So,
to, yes, yeah, go ahead,
uh,
Rohini.
like if you're having your pharmaceutical company, or you are trying to sell your product. So if you don't have an e-commerce website, then what you need to do is that you have to go look for an area, then you have to look for a shop. Either you have to buy it or you have to rent it out, give brokerage. So it's a long process, and plus it it takes like monthly charges and all. like a lot of money also is invested in that. So if you go for e-commerce website, so it is just one-time investment. Like, and you can start your selling like within a blink. So once your website is ready, which doesn't take much time, e-commerce website. So depending, obviously depending upon the functionalities which you want in that. So once it is ready, you can sell your products like anytime. You can get the order at the night. Also, then any time of the day you can get the order, and you also have to tie up with delivery partners for that. In that case, also we are going to guide you how to do it. So basically, what I want to say is that if you don't have your business like online, offline, then you can obviously you can start with online, and later if you want to go, then you can go offline, like both online and offline. Saurabh?
Correct. Yeah. So I would like to give you insight on third kind of websites, which are interactive websites. Now, when I say an interactive website, it is basically an interaction between the seller and the buyer. And at the same time, it is an interaction between multiple users. It is an interaction between different people involved into the website in different ways. So there can be an interaction between a doctor and a patient. There can be an interaction between two people who are registered onto a website and chatting with each other. There can be an interaction between multiple people chatting with each other through websites, talking with each other, selling services, sharing stuff, doing day-to-day operations via that. So a website can have several things in place which can help you to interact with each other. There can be several technological uh, options available that can help you to create systems and interact with your buyers, with your sellers, with your team, within your team members. So it becomes an essential part when you are scaling your operations. For example, today you have one location operation. Tomorrow you have multiple location operations. So a website can help you to not only interact with multiple locations, multiple team members, at the same time it can help you to interact with multiple people associated with within those locations digitally through websites, through platforms that you have, mobile applications, and that's how interaction becomes easier and faster. You can share data, you can share stuff, you can share insights, everything through your platform in place. I would like to come to the fourth type of website, which is business operation portals. Now, these are very unique kind of platforms. These platforms not only help you to have information and interaction with your consumers, but at the same time, they help you to build your business operations also. So when I say an e-commerce website, yes, it can also be a business operation portal wherein you can have your entire inventory managed, you can have your entire customer account managed, you can have your entire data managed. But at the same time, there is one more type wherein you can manage your business operations also from the backend, from the background of the website. For example, if I say that I want to share a list of documents with only specific team members, I can have capabilities created into my website platform, have used login accounts created for my team members so that I can share my day-to-day activity with them in a customized way. When I say customized way, for example, if I want to share a specific data with my sales head, if I want to share a specific data with my HR, if I want to share a specific data with my sales team, all I have to do is I have to create my website in a way, in a portal way where I can create different operations on different levels. I can assign different permissions, and along with it, I can share different kind of data, different kind of operations with different team member. So over there, all I have to do is I have to ensure that the development team is basically addressing my need. They are taking up my requirements. They are basically understanding what my business operations are, and they are building the system in a way where it increases the ease of my operations on day-to-day life. And becomes very essential when you grow from, say, 5 team, 10 member team to 50 member team to 100 member team, because then it becomes more important wherein you have a system in place that can help you to, you know, uh, build your operations seamlessly, talk with your clients, communicate with your team more efficiently. Just a mail communication will not be serving the purpose. You need to have a lot of records to be kept in place. You will need to have a lot of tracking to be kept in place, and that's where these portals come very useful and handy, because when these portals are there, you can assign so many capabilities around it. You can create so many capabilities around it that can help you to run your business, and at the same time track on so many different levels. So they are extremely essential when you're growing your businesses. I would like to give you some examples of how, all these things benefit, how there are some benefits to e-commerce platforms, there are benefits to interactive platforms, there are benefits to business portals, and there are benefits to uh, information websites. Now, when I talk from a doctor's perspective, when I talk from a pharmacy perspective, say if a doctor is there, he can get more appointments, he can get great greater number of customers just by going online. At the same time, if you look from a pharmacy perspective, if you have a platform, a website in place wherein if you are a distributor, you can have more product sales. If you're just selling to an end-to-end consumer through an e-commerce platform, still you can have a greater product sale. You can have so many payment options available. Now, when we have a physical business available, we still, in the present terms, get opportunity wherein we can have multiple payment options. From earlier, there were options where people would collect checks, but now you can collect payments online via NEFTs, via IMPS, via mobile payment, wallet payments, online payments. So there are so many things available. At the same time, when we are available online through either of these mediums, which are information website, e-commerce platforms, interactive websites, business portal operations, what happens is are we are available on demand. So because of being available on demand, our delivery becomes easier, our stock management becomes easier. So say if you are a doctor who is available on demand, you know that you will be available with patients based on appointment system. So a doctor knows that if he has any appointment at any specific time, he knows that, okay, I will be serving so many customers at certain time. So he can manage his schedule accordingly, he can maintain it easily and efficiently. And at the same time, if you are a pharmacy company, you can manage your stock, you can manage your inventory of medicines. If you know that in a month you are selling a certain number of medicines, you are selling medicines where customer is buying and then you are delivering. So at the same time, you can manage your stock, you can manage your data and your inventory. Now, a very essential part that helps in growing business is users promoting you. The best promotion that any company, any individual, any brand can get is when a person is promoting it to another person and telling him to buy or use that. So, for example, when you suggest your friends and family members to buy through any online platform like Amazon or Flipkart or any other vendors, you are the best promoter of it. You become the best person because you are a user yourself. So nothing better than that for a brand if it is being promoted by an individual friend, family member, or audience, physically or online. That's one of the most important benefits that online gives you. The moment you offer amazing stuff, people themselves will start promoting you by their word of mouth, by giving recommendations, writing about you, talking about you. And that really helps you to sustain your business in a big way. And it increases your business two folds, three folds, and several folds with time. At the same time, the biggest benefit that you can get with online platforms is You can get customer feedbacks, you can get improvement suggestions. I mean, if you ask me, if any patient is going to a doctor, he will never give a suggestion in person, that doctor, this was not good, this was not correct, this is what I did not like, I think you should be giving more time to your patients. But these suggestions they can always give online. Imagine the amount of benefit that a doctor will have if he understands, or if he knows that subconsciously he was not giving enough time to a patient, he was not trying to hear them out. So feedbacks become so important now more than ever, because it helps a person to give his thought and insight to you, which can help a company, an individual who is selling their product and services to basically refine themselves, improve themselves, enhance themselves to be more open and available to people who are actually using these product and services. I would like to give a few examples with respect to information website, e-commerce website, interactive websites, business operation portals. So if you see Unichem, or any pharmacy website like Cipla, when you go on their website, you see tons of information on what are they doing, how are they doing. They do so much R&D on creating every product that they're doing. So they are showcasing their entire profile. They are mentioning where all they are present, where all they are available, what all locations they are serving, how much investments they are doing. So everything for their shareholders, for the consumers, for people to find them, they are listing it down. So this entire listing is basically an information that they are passing out to their consumers, their shareholders, their team members, to the world through informational platform, and hence it is an information website. Of course, they have several things that go on in the background, which are a part of business operation portal, because they have their operations that are customized according to their uh, you know according to their needs. So they also fall into the category of business operation portals, but at the same time they fall into the category of information website. Now when we talk about e-commerce website, if you see today, there are so many pharmacy platforms like Farmbase, 1mg, all of them selling medicines online at touch of the tip. They are selling via their online websites and at the same time their mobile applications. Anyone coming on these platforms can search for medicines, they can buy online, and they can purchase online easily, and the medicines get delivered. So these are wonderful examples of e-commerce platforms: Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. So many other platforms that you see are also examples of online platform. Pedo Health is also part of online platform, where even they are selling their services online, where people can come and find doctors for children. So many platforms, if you see, are just good examples of e-commerce website. If you look at different platforms, I'm sure within medical domain there are websites like Sabka Dentist, where people can actually find nearby dental locations and book dentist appointments and stuff like that. So it is a part of interactive website wherein a consumer can come, they can chat with agents who are available online, and talk about their problems, and they can be given solutions. So even they are talking about their uh, product and services, their doctors who are associated with them. So it's a wonderful example of interactive website for people to find doctors in a way that are located and offering them services according to their pain points and problems. Now, coming to business operation portals, Practo is a wonderful example, because if you see, what does Practo do? Practo not only caters to a end user by connecting a doctor to them. Practo also offers medical softwares to doctors that help them to manage doctors' appointments, bookings, and at the same time, Practo helps to manage their entire backend through these backend platforms. So when I give you an example of softwares, what it basically does is there is an software that it is offering to doctors can address a patient management system through these softwares. Doctors can basically manage their appointments, bookings also through these software. So it becomes a part of business operation for a doctor also. And at the same time, for end user, they can book appointments online on the platform. So it becomes a part of interactive website for an end user. So several things happen on this portal, which is in a way converted into an application also. So I would like to sum it up for websites, that a website can be a mix of everything from information to an e-commerce platform to an interactive platform to business operations. And you can do a lot of things. The opportunities are huge. All you have to do is just take the first step and think that what do you want to do, how do you want to start, where do you want to go. Whenever you are planning to build a website, always ensure that you think of a certain goal at every stage. So when, let's say, when I'm starting a business, I should always think that, okay, what do I want to achieve from my website right now? What are my immediate needs? Once I achieve them, then I should start thinking, oh, okay, what will be my next need? When I start going towards that need, I should start thinking, okay, what will be my need after stage 2 or stage 3? So I can always go on building my website from step 1 to different steps. I mean, when you look at Facebook as a platform, it started from a normal website platform, wherein it started with user registrations. It started with people registering, adding friends, interacting with friends. But as it started growing, it scaled up to having Facebook pages. Then it scaled up to having Facebook, Facebook store. Then it scaled up to so many other things, wherein it became a platform for people to manage business pages through business managers. So a website should always scale up step by step from step one, which can be an information platform, to an e-commerce platform, to more of an interactive platform, to business operations also, which can be happening online. So I would like to conclude by saying that, always start, now is the step to start your, operations online, because website is becoming more and more important. Apps are becoming more and more important. Digital marketing is becoming more and more important to not only create, but at the same time sustain into the current digital world. Second part is mobile development. Now, mobile development is actually an addition of website development. If you see everything that happens on website, you will find that exactly same things happen on mobile, but in a more convenient way. With website, a user has to type in the web address, which is www.websitename.com. And that is when you can actually find a product or service. But with mobile application, a person can, just ensure that they are available to people in a way where it is available in form of application. So when people just download an application, they just need to tap on that application and they can access the product and services. For example, if you see Amazon, you have a mobile application in place. You just tap the application. You don't go and type www.amazon.com now. All you do is you just open your phone, tap on the Amazon application, and you can search for product or services, and you are good to find whatever you need, and you just have it delivered at your doorstep. So that's the convenience and ease of use that mobile applications provide. When I say different types of mobile applications, I will again come back to the same four categories, which are interactive mobile applications, e-commerce mobile applications, utility-based mobile applications, and informational mobile applications. There are tons of categories in which you can categorize mobile applications, which can also be gaming-based mobile applications. You can say, VR based mobile applications. You can do so many things from mobile applications and platforms, from creating basic interaction to e-commerce selling to utility based to lifestyle and information based mobile applications. So when I say interactive mobile applications, I again come back to the same categories. When you give an example of LinkedIn is one of the wonderful examples of interactive mobile applications wherein you can create your profile, you can connect across the world with so many people, interact with them. Same way Facebook or any platform in place, they are such wonderful interaction platforms, which, I mean, a decade before, who would have thought? 20, 15 years or 20 years before, who would have thought that, to interact with a business head of US, you needed to be in US, or you needed to have a call with a person sitting in US to interact with them. Today, all you have to do is just send an invite request to them, send personal messages to them, and you can interact with them. Imagine how smaller the world has become, how easier interaction has become. So all of these things can happen through such applications. So when you plan to build an application for your business, your brand, you can think in so many ways that, how do you want to interact with, be your consumers, people who want to buy your product or services. You can think how you want to interact with your vendors, your sellers. You can always think, you can think about different ways of connecting with them. When I say e-commerce platforms, you can see that, you can create platforms wherein you can list your product and services through not only website but also mobile applications. You can have your applications in place. So if say you are a pharmacy vendor who is selling pharmacy on daily basis, how inconvenient it will be for a person to again and again go on your website, type in www.yourwebsitename.com, and then buy your product and services. In that particular scenario, because you are selling your products on regular basis, an application will be such a wonderful way to connect with your audience and sell your products to them. It can help them to not only buy, but it can also help them to do business with you at ease. Now, if you see, 1mg is one of the examples of e-commerce applications that are there. Practo again becomes an example of a utility app and at the same time e-commerce application. Why? Because when someone is looking for a doctor, they are looking for basically someone to treat them, both in person and online. So Practo provides these capabilities, so it becomes a wonderful application. Now, when we talk about information can be available in several ways. One way information that is available is when you're just showcasing your company profile. But creating a company profile in an application is not a great move, because it does not serve a great purpose to a general audience. But there are other forms of information wherein, when someone is looking for, say, any health advices or any health tips, they are looking for any information on any pharmacy content. In such cases, there are platforms in place that give you so much information on different health related stuff, information on any general stuff, I would say. So for example, let's say when we are looking for benefits of any medicine or any food or any food related product, say we are looking for benefit of jaggery, what do? We do is we go on Google and type in benefit of jaggery. But if we have a platform in place which a consumer can have, we have a web application, mobile application in place, which can help a consumer to know that, you come on this platform, you will get benefit information related to any particular product. They will just have that app downloaded on their mobile and always go on that. So imagine how convenient it becomes for them. So WebMD is a wonderful platform which gives information on so many health diseases and stuff like that. So if people are facing, say, headache, they go on WebMD application, they type in, okay, I'm facing headache related to so many different factors. So they get complete information on that. So such kind of information can be provided through application. And if you are looking to, basically provide information with respect to different general knowledge, I think then mobile application becomes a wonderful platform to provide that information, because the more number of downloads you have, the more you can reach out to people, the more you can talk with them through notifications and stuff like that. Now, I would like to just highlight a little bit about what features do mobile applications have. See, when I said information, you can talk to your consumers through push notifications. You can talk to them through, if you have a new article coming in, you can always have a notification that goes into their mobile and notifies them that, hey, we have a certain article that has come in place. At the same time, if you see, mobile application has everything that a web application has, and at the same time, there are so many things that are beyond that too. Like if you see Google Maps, if you talk about Ola or Uber, we are so much integrated through these map applications that, when we are traveling anywhere, we can just open our Google Map application and know that, okay, where are we going, which direction are we going. So all these are happening through location integration that is there. Payment integration, any application that we are buying, we are integrated through payments. Customer account, any data that we have about our sales purchase on any e-commerce platform or any application is through the customer account. So if you go on any application, you're searching for anything in detail. So if say you're searching for a shirt, t-shirt, now you are searching for advanced filters, like, you want to refine and search only for your sizes, like, small, medium, large. You are searching for very specific colors, black, blue, red, white. You can do that through advanced search filters. At the same time, you can do so many interactions through mobile, like camera, Google Map, augmented reality. So there are so many things that you can do through mobile application features. All these features we are using in our day-to-day lives in some or other way. It's only that we do not know that, okay, these are specific features that are created and built into specific platforms. So I would like to sum up with mobile application in a way where, mobile applications not only are more important day by day, but at the same time, they give you so many opportunities to be present to very close community of people also who are looking for very specific set of your needs. So these people can actually download your applications and interact with your product, your services, interact with you, and at the same time, be connected to you in a more personalized way. I would like to come to a third aspect, which is digital marketing. Now, when we talk about website, when we talk about mobile application, we need to understand one thing, that marketing becomes more and more important. Imagine a scenario where you built a website, but it is not reachable to anyone. Statistics say that there are billions of websites available in the world, but these are not accessible. I mean, why? Because we are not knowing about them. We access those websites only which we know of, or people access those platforms, mobile applications or websites which they know of. So how can people know of the website that is available, the mobile application that is available, the product and services that are available? Only through marketing. I mean, how many times it happens that when we are driving by and we realize that, oh, there is a new film that is coming. How does that happen? It happens through so many platforms. It happens through television. It happens through billboards that we see. It happens through, uh, ads that you see happening, going by. So the ads that you see running on your mobiles, the ads that you see running on your computers or on different blogs that you are reading or different articles that you're reading are nothing but it's actually a digital advertisement. So anything happening digitally is digital marketing. So when we say marketing, marketing is now divided into two parts. It is offline marketing and online marketing. So anything happening online is digital. Anything happening on digital platform is digital marketing. Why digital marketing is important? Because it helps you to connect with very targeted audience. I mean, and build your brand. I mean, say if I'm selling a pharmacy product, which I want only pharmacy vendors who are selling on local level to know. I can actually market it only to pharmacy vendors who are available online. So that way my marketing becomes more and more targeted, and hence it helps me to sell more and more, because when we do a digital marketing, we can market it in a very targeted way and a very targeted environment. But say if you are adding a billboard on a local street, it is accessible to everyone. It is accessible to a child going to school also. Why does he need to know of pharmacy related product which is targeted only for a pharmacy consumer? So in that way, it becomes very important now that we harness the power and potential of digital marketing. There are so many types of digital marketing platform. Social media is one of them. If you see Facebook, you see LinkedIn, you see Twitter, you see Google, for a fact, you see Instagram, you see any platform. They become such wonderful platforms for digital marketing because they not only give capability to interact with your audience by connecting with them, they also give you power to create your advertisements and push across a targeted audience. So when I give you an example that you use social media to push advertisements, you can create advertisements on social media platform. You can define your audience, that who do you want these ads to be seen. For example, say I want to create an advertisement of mobile, and I want to make sure that it is reaching to people who are looking to buy mobile phones. Social media now has so many tracking mechanisms in place that they understand that okay, who are people who are actually searching for mobile phone, and it will target them and it will show my mobile ad to only these people. In a similar way, when I talk about pharmacy people, when I create an advertisement saying that people who are looking for buying medicines online, just show my ads to them. Social media will actually go and show the ads to only these people, and hence the buying capability of person becomes higher, because you become visible to them more and more and they start knowing about you. Other platform is Google advertisement platform. Now, who is not aware of Google advertisement and Google platforms? I mean, Google today has become such an integral part of our life that, when we say that if we are looking for any product or services, we just say that just Google it. When we say that just Google it, we are actually saying that just go and search on Google. So when we say just Google it, meaning we are actually going on Google and searching for it. At the same time, Google has provided you such amazing capabilities wherein you can create your ads for specific keywords. So if someone is typing for Croson buy online, this becomes a keyword, Croson buy online. If your advertisement comes up on Croson buy online, a person can see your website, they can click on it, they can see that okay, you offer Croson, they can just go ahead and buy. So imagine the power that Google offers. Third type of digital marketing is email marketing. Now, email marketing is a very tricky marketing. I always say tricky marketing because it can be very useful in your growth, and at the same time, it can create a negative impact also. The reason being, when you are marketing on emails, you need to ensure that you are marketing only to the people who have subscribed for your email. If you just start marketing to anyone and everyone, people will start putting you in spam. The negative side to it will be your site rating will go down. You know, all your emails will start falling into spam, and this is not a great thing because you want to create a better brand recognition, you want to create a better brand visibility. So you don't want to end up going into spam of any consumers. You don't want consumer to create a negative impression about you that these guys are just spamming us. So that is the reason when you do email marketing, It should always be done based on when a consumer is looking to subscribe to your emails. Only then you should market to them. It does not mean that you should not market to a specific audience. You should, but the frequency should be very less. If you are just doing a random email marketing, it should be lesser. The frequency should be once in 2 or 3 months or even more, I would say. Content marketing. Content marketing is a wonderful way of marketing because content marketing is divided into so many folds. I mean, when when I create content with respect to tips, I say that health tips for living a healthy life. When I am writing content based on that, in between those content, I can actually promote my products. I can say that for healthy living, you can use vitamins substitutes in place if needed. If you need a substitute, you can buy this substitute. So imagine while reading an article, a person is getting an access to that kind of content also. Then while reading content, you can actually show your advertisements in your blogs, which can also be a wonderful way of promoting your business or your services. And hence content marketing is essential because it creates a wonderful way of being present at the time when a person is reading a very relevant content. So when a person is reading about benefits of waking up early, when a person is reading such kind of content, and at the same time you are present, that when you wake up early you can start with an amla juice, and you are selling an amla juice ad over there, you are putting an amla juice ad right over there, which a person can actually see while reading that particular content, and he can click and he can just go ahead and buy. So such kind of presence is very valuable and very important. Then another kind of marketing is SEO and SMO. Now when I say SEO, I say that when someone is searching for, say, best medicine to buy for vitamin supplement. For example, I want to buy a best vitamin supplement for a certain vitamin need. When they're typing a keyword on Google, your website, when it comes on first 1, 2, 3, 4, at the max 5 in the first search result, it has more chances of getting clicked, and it has more chances where a person will go and buy from these kind of websites or take information from these kind of websites. Why? Because Google being such a big database, a person will not go from first page to second page to third page and fourth page. This process of ranking from 10th page or 100th page in Google to first page in the first 2 to 3 or 4 ranks happens through SEO and SMO. Another kind of marketing is PR, brand building. When I say PR, brand building, it is nothing but you are creating your brand through several media related articles where people are writing about you, people are talking about the brand. Your presence is there in Wikipedia and so many other platforms for people to read about you, people to know about you. It creates a better trust factor. A wonderful example of PR, brand building, marketing is, I'll give you a very good example, which I always give in so many of my presentation is, if say you go to a pharmacy store and you have to buy a toothpaste, and the first thought that comes to your mind is that, can I get a Colgate? The reason why it comes to you is because we have been seeing the and hearing the name Colgate since childhood, wherein all of us have been hearing about the ads, we have been seeing it, we know of the PR brand building that all the big brands do. On the contrary, there can be a wonderful toothpaste like Homeo Dent in place, but you may not buy. You may just buy Colgate. Why? Because you have felt that there is a certain amount of credibility that gets associated with the brand. And it is important because, yes, Colgate has definitely created that credibility over time. It has built itself, it has proven itself. And at the same time, the other brand may have also proven itself, like Homeo Dent, it may have also proven itself. So, but because of lack of awareness, both of these toothpaste must be wonderful. But Because of awareness, we buy which is more known to us. And this happens only through marketing and PR brand building. So it becomes very important in current scenario that we reach out to people for our product and services. We talk more about our product and services. We use more digital marketing platforms to talk about our product and services, and we are more and more known to them. Hence, you should be using all these platforms and channels to talk about them. Now, I'll just give you a very basic cost on when you plan to start or build anything. If you plan to build any information website in present scenario, see, any website or any platform or any application is always not cost driven, but it is driven on work. So it is driven on what you need. But on a general scale, you can always look at a costing for an information website to be starting from 50,000, 75,000, wherein you can look for a decent website to be in place where you can talk about your product, your services. You can talk about the kind of clients that you cater. You can talk about your customer testimonials. You can talk about some case studies, and you can have contact forms in place and live chat systems in place. For advanced sort of information websites to be coming in place, of course, the cost is always based on what your needs are, but this is what you can always look at. When you talk about e-commerce platforms, general e-commerce platforms, a decent ones usually start from around 75,000, where you can get general operations and a platform in place for you to sell your products, you to manage your inventory, you to be available to your customers. But if you want advanced scale e-commerce operations, of course, the cost is always determined based on what your needs are. Similarly, when you're looking for mobile applications, they usually start from 2 lakh, 3 lakh onwards, wherein, you can talk with your vendors, understand and give your needs as to what you are looking for, what kind of capability do you want to give into your mobile applications, and according to your applications, you can always look at a certain cost when you're planning to build a business or a platform for your business and your product and services. Similarly, digital marketing again is a very tricky thing because it purely depends on what kind of marketing do you want to do. They usually start from 50,000, 75,000, but they are subjective on if you want to create advertisements, what are the amount of cost that you want to put into your advertisements, what is the platform that you want to target for your advertisements, how do you want to digitally market, will it just be postings that you will be doing, will it be advertisements, will it be video ads, will it be different kind of ads that you want to put. So again, it is dependent on your needs and on the kind of things that you plan to do. Now, we in OneWebTag Media offer everything from website development to e-commerce development to mobile application development to digital marketing, and at the same time PR and branding. We offer everything. So if you have anything that you need, you can always contact us, and we will be very happy to address your needs, help you to build your business operations online, and help you to grow online. I would be very happy to take your questions with respect to different domains, and I would be happy to understand all perspectives.
Yeah, it was a very wonderful presentation, sir. It was very informative, madam. So our students are very excited, and your presentation has really encouraged them, and they have asked many questions. So now we'll be pulling some similar questions together, and we'll see. We'll start with the first question.
Sure.
Yeah, so Sohil is our student who is asking what type of skill set is required if you want to enter this sector. So in fact, he's talking about entering into the IT world, I mean. So you can guide him.
Absolutely. So when you want to enter the IT world, you should be knowing first thing that in IT world, what do you want to actually do? Because are you planning to go into designing? Are you planning to go into development? Then development again gets divided into so many folds. Like, are you planning to go into mobile based development? Are you planning to go into coding? Are you planning to go into designing with respect to graphics, or are you planning to go into uh, designing with respect to HTML and CSS? So
Right.
when you plan to go into any of these fields, you should be knowing that where do you actually where your interest lies, and according to that, you need to learn certain technologies. Like if you want to know designing, you need to learn HTML, CSS. Now you need to learn JavaScripts. But if you want to go into coding, you need to know what kind of coding do you need to go into, PHP, .NET, or multiple platforms. So it
Right.
purely depends on what your needs are and where you think your interest lies.
Good, good. That's really, it will be useful for them. Yeah. Next question we'll have. Yeah. So Tanvi Patel, she has asked, do you think domains like .github? So I'm not from IT background, but I'll still try to pronounce it.
Yes.
Or .xyz is an efficient as is as efficient as .com. So she wants to know about the domains.
Absolutely, Tanvi. I will say that, I mean, I'll give you an example. So if you're starting a store online and your store is a fashion store, for example, so you can have a domain as www.fashion.store. So just by the domain name, people can understand that, okay, it is an online store where people can buy. Whereas on .com, many times people may not understand that, you are selling something. So today, in today's world, domains have really become in a way where people have started accepting domains beyond .com. I mean, we are using .in domains, we are using .net domains, we are using .org domains. When we are using .org domains, immediately we understand that, .org means organization. So we are talking about organizations. When we say .edu, if you see, we don't get edu domains because it is limited only to education segment. That does not mean that a person who is looking to find an educational uh, portal or educational platform online does not get them, because when they know that, okay, stanford.edu, immediately they know that it is a education platform in place.
Yeah.
So domains have become essential in a way where you can use any domains and still be successful with it.
Okay, okay. So this is my personal question. Maybe students might have
Yes,
similar. So will the cost of domain vary based on what type of domain it is?
absolutely, it does.
Mm.
When
Okay.
we go with .com domains, the cost varies. When we go with .in domain, the cost varies. .store domain, the cost varies. It because there are certain domains which lie into the category of, so if you're going for a .com domain, you get it in say 100, 500, 1000 rupees for a year, the free domain. But if you go for .store domain, sometimes they're really expensive. Like they go for 2000, 3000, 4000 rupees a year. So the cost varies according to the domain name.
Really nice. Yeah. So Mir sir, can you put up the next question? Yeah. So Rikin has asked, are WordPress and Wix as effective as coded website? Wix Wix and WordPress. He wants to know.
See, I will say, I will give you a scenario in a way where, if you are starting off any business, if you are starting off any venture, or if you are starting off any blogging platform, any platform in place, you can always start with WordPress and Wix on startup level to initial levels. They become essential because they are really cost effective to you. When you are starting off, WordPress gives you amazing capabilities because it helps you to go dynamic in a very faster way. But the moment when you want to go into portal driven operations, like, tomorrow you want to interact with your team in a customized way, you can go with WordPress. But then WordPress, the
It has
scalability
limited functionalities.
the scalability is huge, but at the same time, there are several risks that come with WordPress, like the security is a very big factor. But when you have a personal portal built, in those cases, the risk factor is greatly reduced, because then it is coded in a way that you want. You can secure it in a way that you want. But if you're looking just for information website, if you're just looking for startup e-commerce platforms to be in place, then WordPress is an amazing platform and Wix is an amazing platform as starters.
So that's it. Next question, please. So Rutvik, he has asked, is it a good idea to create an e-commerce website via Shopify?
See, if you're looking for cost-effective solutions, then yes, definitely it is a very good option to use Shopify. But as your business grows on scaling again and over the time, you will have to change from Shopify Basic, because Shopify also has different plans from basic to top level. But if you look, yes, Shopify is one of the most wonderful platforms right now to use and to grow, because Shopify offers you so many rich capabilities, and not only capabilities, it offers so many capabilities to developers to help you grow. It offers so many applications in from their store for you to grow your business from step A to so many steps in place. Hence,
Okay.
Shopify, I would always recommend that it is a wonderful platform to use.
Okay. So suppose someone starts, as you are saying, looking at the advantages of Shopify, but
Yes.
if the business grows, will it be a disadvantage to shift from Shopify because the names may change or they may have some certain restrictions again?
See, Shopify also gives you capability in place wherein you can import all your data outside. So if you started from Shopify and tomorrow you grow really huge, like Amazon or Flipkart, you can always then have your interface in place. But
Okay.
at the initial level, you can always start with Shopify. But along with Shopify, I can also say that you can start with WordPress, you can start with OpenCart, you can start with Magento, which are
Okay.
such great platforms to be in place, and they can still help you to build an entire infrastructure of e-commerce capability, and it still becomes personalized when you're using WordPress
Okay.
or OpenCart or Magento.
Okay. So the address and the details will not change, right? Website address or whatever the page
No,
which
not
they are
at all.
using.
With
So they can
Shopify,
independently launch it
with
again.
Shopify, all the data is stored on Shopify platform. With OpenCart, WordPress, and Magento, all the data is stored on your personal server. So it is
Okay.
your personal server itself that is there.
Very good. This is very vital information which you have shared. Okay. So next question, please. Yeah. So Hemani has asked how to find the right vendor for an e-commerce website. So this is very basic question which many of us have.
See, what happens is whenever we are trying to find a vendor for an e-commerce website, we often tend to as a general scenario with world is when we try to go to any vendor, what the first question that we have, which obviously should be there, is how is he priced, what does he charge, and that should always be there. But the first thing that you should always be asking is that what are your needs. If you ask yourself that what are your needs, you should be knowing that, okay, if I'm looking for an e-commerce platform, what am I actually looking for? Am I looking for a very basic platform? Am I looking for a platform that has several level of interactions in place? So every e-commerce platform also has different capabilities and different needs. Now, when you're looking for a vendor, you should be knowing few things in place. Is the vendor credible? How many e-commerce platforms has he built? What are the success ratios of those platforms? How many
Okay.
times have those platforms crashed? Because
Okay.
when you go with vendors just based on that, okay, he is cheap vendor, he is building a website in 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 rupees, you tend to ignore the fact that so many platforms, when created cheaper, so many testings are not happening on these platforms. So many of these platforms are prone to security risk. And as an e-commerce platform, we always tend to forget one thing. We should be knowing that an e-commerce platform is your first impression to the world. It is your only store. How can you negate the factor that you should be building it right? How can you cost cut on your platform? You should not be cost cutting on the platform, because if you create a sustainable platform, it will help your vendors to buy product easily, and then only you will grow.
Right. So
So
you're saying go check their testimonials, check out their
not
previous
only
work.
testimonials, you should be checking their work, what
Work.
kind of work they are doing.
Right.
That is very important. And it should not only be cost, should not only be the factor. Even if
Correct.
you have to pay high, they should be credible in building e-commerce
Right.
platforms.
Right. That's really good info. Yes, sir. Next question. Yeah. So Tanvi Patel, she has asked, could you shed some light on how would you manage the analytics or reach and clicks of the website? Are there some ways other than Google Analytics? So website traffic and other things you mean, right?
Yes, Tanvi, there are ways like there are so many tools that are used for managing and sharing on analytics also. Like when we talk about SEMrush is one of the tools that is used by so many people. There are so many other tools offered by Adobe, but these tools are so expensive that for startups it becomes really difficult to purchase these tools, because when you look at tools from Adobe, they cost you like 50,000, 70,000 rupees a month just to add on your website, but they give you such huge level of analytics, and at the same time you need to be technically sound to use these tools in
Okay,
place.
that's good. Yeah. Next question, please. Yeah. So Kunal has asked, what would you do to bridge the gap caused by digital divide? And to add on to this question, he's saying, how would you counter the problem that some people will be able to access your services, but some won't be able to? So he's talking about the big players and small players. So how big players create some platforms where it's difficult for small players to equally compete with them.
See, Kunal, I always believe that I have always believed, and this is a firm belief that I always have had, that digital divide is definitely there and it will always be there. There will be big fishes in the market, that will always be there. How you can grow yourself depends on how you strategize yourself. If you start today and if you think that you can have $157 billion worth of company right at day one, you will have to understand that Amazon did not have the same capability in 1998 when it started.
Right.
Even it
Right.
was a small company. Even when Amazon started, there was a divide between Amazon and IBM, which was there. IBM was one of the biggest players in the world. But it takes years of efforts, years of strategies, years of marketing, steps in place to bridge that gap. You have to as you grow. When I always believe that success is always a growing step. There is always vacant seat at the top. It will always be there. So as you grow, like if you want to formulate, like say today you want to grow from 1 lakh rupees company to 1 crore company. So you create a strategy, but when you start working on that strategy, you understand that you have to change your strategies time and again, both digitally, physically, operation wise,
Okay.
different ways. So the gap can only be bridged when you can create correct strategies in place and you can recreate strategies. You have to invent. That is the
Okay.
only way you can bridge the gap.
Right. So we have two more questions. So as I said, there was many questions. We tried to club them
I'm happy
together.
to say, because it's wonderful that everyone's
Yeah. So some
interested.
questions. Okay, fine. So Junaid, he has asked how much capital expenditure is involved in digital marketing. Although in your presentation you have mentioned that starting with or somewhere capital around 50K, right? So yeah, please answer.
See, Junaid, now digital marketing goes into several folds. Like, are you looking for Google ad campaigns? Are you looking for Facebook ad campaigns? Or are you just looking for pure, promotion in terms of posting? When you're just looking for promotions in terms of posting on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and other places, then basic cost is around 50,000 rupees. But when you're looking for promotions into several other platforms through advertisement also, then you have to have your advertisement budget in place. Meaning say you plan to have say a certain number of money that you want to spend on Google advertisement, you want to spend a certain number of money that you want to spend on Facebook advertisement. So this money plus the basic operation cost of advertisement, you need to include all of that according to your need and your strategy.
Right, right. So accordingly, they can fix a budget, sustainable budget. So
Correct.
they get some revenues, they grow further then. Yeah.
Correct.
So this is the last question. Yeah. So Hiral Joshi, she has asked, sir, can you please elaborate more on the role of that is search engine optimization and SMO in marketing?
See, now when I was talking about marketing budget right now, we specifically spoke about Google advertisements. Now, why do we need to do Google advertisements? The reason why we need to do Google advertisements is because we want to be on the top spot. When we are on the top spot, only then people can click and find our product and services. But if you have SEO in place, if say for a certain keyword, we rank on top, don't you think it is a better alternative because we are paying comparatively less? When we are on top spot on Google, when someone clicks because of an advertisement, for one click we are paying a certain number of money. But when we are doing SEO and we rank on top, for any number of clicks we are not paying any money because we are ranking organically through credibility. Now, how SEO works, I'll give you an example. If I say that product A is a wonderful product, I'll give you an example with a certain product. If I say that, again I'll come back to Amazon. If I say that Amazon is a wonderful company, Google will know that Amazon is a wonderful company. If Pramod sir says that Amazon is a wonderful company, again Google identifies that Amazon is a wonderful company. If Rohini says that Amazon is a wonderful company, again Google identifies that Amazon is a wonderful company. So for wonderful company keyword, Amazon starts ranking organically. This is SEO. But the moment any higher authority than us says that Amazon is a wonderful company, say for example, Wikipedia says that Amazon is a wonderful company, the credibility becomes hundredfold because Wikipedia is itself recognized very high in eyes of Google. So for keyword wonderful company, Amazon will start ranking way higher than what all three of us had collectively said. So SEO is nothing but multiple channels talking about your product or services in a way and redirecting to your product and services.
Yeah, yeah. So that's very good info. So all in all, you're saying you need a good consultant, a technical backup, so that you understand this and put forward a good budget so that you sustain and you grow. So actually, we thought that it's the last question, but we can we take one more question, sir?
We can take any number of questions, not to worry.
Okay, okay, yeah, sir. So Tanvi again, she's asking how exactly does AdSense technology work for revenue generation?
So,
Yeah.
yes. So now there are two things. There is Google AdWords and there are Google AdSense. When we talk about AdSense, AdSense is basically we putting out advertisements on our website and or our blogging platforms. And when someone comes on our website and clicks on those advertisements, we get paid by Google. It is basically that. So for good AdSense, you should be having good content. If you have good content, you will have good traffic. If you have good traffic, more people coming on your website, Google will post more and more advertisements on your platform which are highly credible. The more these advertisements come on your platform and the more people click on these advertisements, we get revenue out of every click. Even Google gets paid and even we get paid. The more Google get paid, understand Google will give us more revenue itself. So it is all about Google getting paid and us getting paid. So for AdSense, we should have amazing content via our blogging platforms, website platforms, or any kind of information platforms that we are having.
That's so nice. So hinting at the last thing, that you said Google AdSense, and you should focus on your content. So particularly, this is a new area where pharma students are not aware of. Like they are mostly learning about formulations, sutics, nutraceuticals, and even scientific content related to pharmacology and other subjects. So even if they focus on their blogs and their different sites where the content is for the common man, so we had such projects initially few years back, and students were really doing good. So that's a good area, and through this platform, actually, we touched that point. So it was very wonderful session, sir, and we look forward to have a continuous association with your organization, because we are into this entrepreneurship development cell, and we are going to monitor, track the progress of the project that we have, and certainly many projects are there where they want to go online. We have your details with us. We'll be sharing with students. And as I told you in the beginning, that yesterday the YouTube channel had more than 1,000 views, and today we are thinking of going beyond that. Certainly, this has improved our knowledge in this domain. So again, I'd like to thank Rohini Madam and Saurabh Singh for accepting our invitation. And thank you very much, sir.
The pleasure was entirely
Thank
as
you.
we loved presenting in front of every one of you, and sharing our insights with respect to technology.
Correct. Thank you for giving us such a good opportunity to have such an interactive session with students and with you all as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome,
Thank
welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, yeah, so we will quickly start with the next session, which is very interesting since we named our conference full-time and part-time opportunities, current opportunities which are there. We have contacted some companies. Some of our some of the companies are started by our alumni. So we would like to share the presentations of those companies, and I'm sure that you people will be very happy to know that our students, BNCP alumni, they have started small companies, some have grown into bigger companies. So we'll start with the first presentation of a company started by our alumni, Mihir Shah. So he's into patents, IPR. He has done some post-graduation after B.Pharm into patents, and even he has completed his law degree in that. So we'll see his presentation and we'll see what he has to offer after that. Yeah, so Mir Shah is looking for business associates who can work full time, part time with him. So his business model is he'll be giving you initial training in terms of what is patent, what can be patented, and you, based on your contacts, your expertise, further down the line, you can bring business and have an association with him, and where you can become a business associate. So as you know, any idea needs IPR. So the knowledge that you have about this subject can really translate into a commercial venture moving ahead with Mihir Shah. So we have shared his contact detail in the flyer as well. So if you have if anybody is interested, can contact us or contact me directly. He'll be very happy to share the knowledge with you and have a business venture with you. So we'll have a next presentation that's also by Mir Shah. He's also our alumni, and he's a co-owner of a company called as Forever Wellness. So we'll see the presentation and then we'll talk about it. So he's basically into pharmaceuticals and also natural products like aloe vera, cosmetics. He's an exporter, importer, dietary supplements. He's dealing with aloe vera products are his frontline products. Yeah, these are some of his products related to gels and basically containing aloe vera. Some products related to honey. So these are very good products, and he's co-owner of this company, and he's also looking for exporters, bulk suppliers, bulk dealers. So you can become a dealer of these products. You can search buyers. This is his cosmetic range. These are very wonderful products that his company is manufacturing. Some shampoos and air conditioning shampoos. Okay, and it has also a lot of accreditations. So that was about Mir Shah's company. Feel free to contact him at least to know about the products. And if you feel like getting into the venture of becoming a wholesale supplier, dealer, exporter, he's open to all those channels. Okay, so we'll see the last presentation, today's last presentation, and we'll have one more presentation tomorrow. So it's by a company called as Tech Ligament. It's called as TLC Group. So they are into different domains. So we'll see the presentation. Yeah, so it's a drug distributor, clinical research company, as well as importer, exporter. They're very wonderful products. They're into, as I said, clinical research organization. They take up different projects. So if anybody is into this, you can approach them. FDA approved facilities they have. And then he's also exporter, wholesaler, distributor of all the pharmaceuticals almost. Then they do toxicity studies. So this again is a venture. You can look up for companies, those who want and have a business venture with him, give him more business and have a joint venture with him. Cold chain distribution. So all those related to distribution as well, you can tie up with him. So they are supplying to many companies and countries basically. Yeah, again they're into medical writing domain as well. So you can get some projects for them, work together. They're also into this plastics that are required in manufacturing, which is approved plastic by GMP and other standards. And they have recently launched bulk hand sanitizers. So if you're looking for supplying, selling them, you can contact him. They are also into this innovative product like footwear sanitization station, and its Make in India logo is there. So it is again Atmanirbhar Bharat, as we say. It's a good step towards it. And again, we are talking about disinfectants, so he's also into that. And this is vegetable cleaner, which he has developed by the name Clean Tech. It's also doing well. So he's a supplier, manufacturer, and also personal protective equipment kit, which is nowadays in good demand. So he is a wholesale supplier. You can have a retail manufacturer, sorry, supply unit, and this is his card and his details. So this will remain on our YouTube channel, and you can always have a look at it. You can take time to think, contact them. So this was about today's presentations, company presentation, as well as the first presentation that we have, how to take your company online. So we would like to thank Tabassu madam. She has commented that it was a great session by Saurabh and Rohini. Yeah, that is really helpful. So again, as I said, tomorrow is the last session, and again it will be very interesting because we have a startup consultant, a person who is having 20 plus years experience into that field of marketing, Salesforce training. So Mr. Deepak Redkankar is going to address us tomorrow. So again, and we'll be also having tomorrow the results of our business proposals. So yesterday we had a wonderful session in the afternoon. So that was for the students, those who have submitted, or the people those who have submitted business proposals. We have people from industry evaluating those proposals. So today again, that session will continue, and tomorrow you will be able to see the results. So thank you once again for joining us, and tomorrow we'll meet again at 11. Please subscribe to the channel and fill up the feedback form. So as I said, each day we have a feedback form. Fill it, and tomorrow again we'll meet at 11. Thank you very much for joining us.